Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing really great. Today in this video we will talk about how to apply GCMS notes. This video is going to be very useful for those who are outside Canada and cannot apply GCMS notes by themselves, because to make a request under access to information you should either be a Canadian citizen, permanent resident, or an individual or corporation who is currently present in Canada. But I will tell you guys what are the options available to you. So first, if you have a friend or family member or anyone who you know in Canada can represent you or is willing to apply GCMS notes on your behalf, can easily get it for you. It will only cost them Canadian $5 and it's a really simple process and they can get it done for you within few minutes. However, they require your consent to apply on your behalf, and for that you need to fill IMM 5477 form, which is Consent for an Access to Information and Personal Information Request form. So I will show you how to fill that form accurately. So guys, if you don't know anyone in Canada, I would recommend you trying on these websites. These are really good, reliable and reasonable websites that you can try, and you can get your GCMS notes within 6 to 8 weeks. CAIPSnotes.com, it's the fastest one so far. The GCMSonline.com, the cheapest one, and you can just get their basic package for $13 only. You can also try visafile.info, which will cost you USD $25. Processing time usually takes 30 to 40 days, and there is no limit on the number of times you can get your GCMS notes. Now let's fill out consent form IMM 5744. This form needs to be filled by you and your representative. Section 1, Designated Representatives Info, needs to be filled by the individual, your friend, family member or representative who's going to request information from IRCC on your behalf. So he needs to provide his personal details here: name, telephone number, Canadian address and email address. If it's your friend or family member who's filling out this form, they can leave firm and organization box blank because it's not applicable for them. And then once they filled out all the information, they can send this form online to you, and then you need to fill out section 2 where it says applicant's information on the left hand side. You need to fill out your personal details, including your date of birth, and you need to sign here with blue pen only, and also include the date you signed this form on. If you do not sign it with blue pen, your form can get rejected and can cause delays to process your request. At the bottom of this form, as you can see, they have given detailed instructions on signature and scanning. Under signature, they said to safeguard against fraudulent forms, only original signatures signed in blue will be accepted. No electronic signatures at all. Make sure the applicant includes the date of the signature. Meaning once you have filled out this form, you can just print it out and sign it with the blue pen and also include the date you signed this form on, and then again you can scan this form and send it to the person who will be requesting the information on your behalf, your friend, family member or your representative. Under scanning tips, a color scan in good resolution or taking a close, well-lit snapshot of the form with your smartphone camera will help ensure your form is accepted. So you guys need to follow these instructions very carefully. Once you have filled out the consent form, your representative can simply go to ATIP website to apply your GCMS notes. Click on the first link here. It will bring you to this page. Scroll down. Click Next. After that, scroll down. Check the privacy statement here. Click Continue. Now there are 4 sections. First is requester information. Second is act and record selection. In the third section, you need to attach your supporting documents. In the last section, you need to review and validate the information that you have provided. We'll be filling out the first section here. Our first question is, please select the department. In our case, it's Immigration and Refugee Citizenship Canada. So simply type I to select the required department, that is Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada. Now you need to check the privacy statement here again. After that, our first question is, to be eligible, as I've already told you, you must be a Canadian citizen, a permanent resident. Let's say in our case, the person who is requesting the information is permanent resident, so select that. After that, you need to fill out your personal details, your name, your address, your telephone number, your email address. Next question is, are you requesting information on your behalf? Let's say in your case, if it's your representative, then select no. Next question is, are you requesting information concerning a deceased individual? Select no. If you'll click on the little arrow here, you can see they said that if it's a person who's 16 years of age or older, they need to if they need to release their information to the designated representative, they must provide a signed and dated consent. And as I've already showed you how to fill out that consent form, click here to download the consent form. Next question is, select the category that best describes you. Here it will be member of the public. If you'll click on the little arrow, you'll see this category captures all other members of the public who require information for their own purposes. So you need to select member of the public. Next question is, how would you prefer to receive the requested records? So it will be electronic copy. Click continue to go to the next section. In Act and Record Selection section, you need to select the act you'd be requesting the information under. So in our case, it's Access to Information Act. You need to select that. It will only cost you Canadian $5 and it will include your corporate documents, personal information and reason for refusal. To make a request under this act, you must be a Canadian citizen, permanent resident or temporary resident. Our next question is, which type of records would you wish to request? So it will be immigration and citizenship records. Now you need to provide your personal details, your name, date of birth, UCI number. You can click on the little arrow here to follow the instructions. Next question is, what type of record would you like to request? Let's say in our case we have applied for temporary resident visa. Next question is, which specific information are you looking for? It could be status update of your file, reason for refusal, officer's electronic notes. They've also given in the information section that the report will include the status update of your application, the officer's notes, reason for refusal, etc. Now, in the next, you need to provide your application number. This section could be used to briefly write your request to IRCC in maximum 500 words. In this section, you need to submit all the required documents, but please make sure that the attached documents must only be related to your request, that is your consent form and proof of your eligibility documents. Please ensure that you do not submit any documents related to your taxes, your bank statements or documents that might contain your social insurance number. Although uploading a copy of your passport is not mandatory, but it would help in processing your request. On the right hand side, they have given instructions on supporting documents, that is the maximum file size that is allowed and the type of format that is allowed. So you need to follow these instructions very carefully. On the left hand side, they have mentioned that the consent form is mandatory and you can upload up to 3 documents, but consent form is mandatory and you have to upload it. Other documents that you might wish to include and that would definitely help in processing your request would be proof of your eligibility documents. That is, you can upload your Canadian passport, your permanent resident card, or an official document that proves that you are currently living in Canada, and that could be your driving license, bill with the proof of your address, work or study permit, or your visitor record.